Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Today's class we will discuss about arrays. Array is a collection of elements of same data type stored in contiguous memory locations. It is used to efficiently manage and manipulate structured data. That means array is a data structure where we can store elements of same data type which occupies fixed quantity of memory. Contiguous means fixed number of bytes required to store this array. That means if it is an integer array, all the integers, we know that one integer takes 4 bytes to store. So if you are declaring array, all the elements of that array will occupy 4 bytes. Then it is used to efficiently manage and manipulate structured data. Actually, there are two types of arrays, single dimensional array and two dimensional array. In single dimensional array, we can store single row of data. But two dimensional array, we can store data in the form of rows and columns. Now let us see how to declare an array and how many bytes are required to store each array. So first, this is the declaration, data type, then we have to give array name, then subscript equal to new, again give data type and size of array. Here size of array is 20, that means we can store 20 numbers in that array. New is the keyword to allocate memory for this array. Now this is the declaration, data type, array name. Here array name is AR. So now let us see how many bytes are required to store this array. One integer value takes 4 bytes. So here how many elements we are storing? 20 elements. So total how many bytes are required to store this array? 20 into 4, 80 bytes. Then 1 byte equal to 8 bits. So total how many bits are required to store this array? 80 into 8, 640 bits. Now let us see another example. This is a double array. That means all the elements stored in the array is a double type. Now the size of the array is 50. So number of bytes required to store this array is 50 into 8, that is 400 bytes. Then how many bits are required to store this array? 400 into 8, 3200 bits. Now let us see how to initialize an array. Initialization means assigning value. So here we are directly assigning values to the array. So again we have to give a data type. First we have to give the data type, then subscript scores. This is one of the method to initialize. Another way is data type, then array name, give subscript, then we can directly assign all the values. So here how many values we are giving? 5 values we are assigning to the array scores. Array name is scores here. First element will store in 0th location. Always first element is in 0th location. Then here the size of the array is 5. So last element is in 4th location. Then length is the keyword to find the size of the array. That means array name dot length is a statement to find the size of the array. So in the output, here in the sample input 5 elements are there. So output will display 5. Then scores of 0 is a element present in 0th position, that is 90. Then element present in the 4th location is 70. Now let us see the working of the array program. So first I will show the sample program how to input and print the elements of the array. This is the one of the example for how to input and print the elements of the array. Here array name is, class name is array input. Now the first statement is declaration of array. So here before that we can enter the size of the array. So declaring size, this variable is to assigning the size of the array. First system dot out dot println enter size. Now the sizes, you can input the size. Now array program, the next statement is declaration of array. So how to declare? Integer elements we are entering. So int array name you can give, array itself any name you can give here, equal to new int size. Then now we declare the array with the size. Size is the input here. Next let us input the numbers into array using scanner class. So system dot enter elements. So the first number is present in 0th position. Give for loop for starting with the 0. Then last element is less than the size. Okay, so I less than size. Then that means the size is 10. The last element is in 9th location. Then we have to input. So array name subscript equal to dot next input statement. Now we input the numbers into the array. Now next we have to display the elements present in the array. So again we have to use the for loop for displaying the array. For any program, if you are displaying the array, give the printing statement using for loop. Now I'm printing the array. So give println statement. Semicolon. After that compile. No errors. Now let us see the output. Here I am entering the size as 5. That means 5 elements we have to enter. Then below that you can see the output of the program. That means first loop for entering five numbers. Then we printed the elements again using the another for loop. So if you are printing the array, give the for loop again and print the elements. Now let us see another example. To count even numbers and odd numbers present in the array among 10 numbers. Here I have given the size of array is 10, integer array. Then two variables to count the number of even numbers and odd numbers, even count and odd count respectively. Now the next step is we have to input a declaration and initialization of variables over. Then next step we have to enter the numbers into array. So here we are supposed to give the printing message. Then next for loop. Extent. Now inputting over, we can use the same loop to count the number of even numbers and odd numbers, or you can give another loop. Okay. Okay, in the previous program we use the same loop for input and processing. Here we can use another loop, one more loop for processing. Then here we are supposed to check whether it is even or odd. So already we know the condition for even numbers. If numbers of 5 mod 2 equal to 0, then it is even number. So we have to update the counter variable. Even count is a counter variable to count the even numbers. Odd count. If the condition is false, we are supposed to update odd count variable. Then after this, that means this process will continue for 10 numbers. After that we have to update, we have to print the counter variable. Numbers. Here we are printing odd numbers. Now the program over. So we declare the array. Then two variables are there, one for counting even numbers, another for counting odd numbers. Then using the first loop we input the array numbers. Then using another loop, same loop also we can do, but here in this question we have used another loop. Then in that loop we find the number of even numbers and odd numbers. Now let us see the output. Now 10 numbers, here we are entering 10 numbers. Okay. Any numbers we can enter, whatever the number we are finding the number of even numbers and odd numbers. Okay. So number of even numbers, 4 even numbers and 6 odd numbers are there among these numbers.